the show. I am the Notorious B.I.B. And this is my boy, Paulie G.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Yeah. And you're like really big, Paul. You gotta sit back.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. 3D. So, yeah. Welcome to the show. I already said that. That's all right. Welcome again. And today, we switched places. I just, like, when I'm looking at our videos, you know, it's like we're in the exact same spot. So I was like, we should switch it up every now and then. And then, like, our thumbnails would look cooler.
There you go.
I don't know. And so that's what we're doing today.
When you're sleeping in bed, like, let's say you and your wife go to a hotel, like, do you have, like, your side of the bed and her side of the bed? Like, you have to stay that way, or does it not really matter to you? Or does it not really matter to your wife? Or does she have, like, her side and you have to go on the other side?
That's a good question. We honestly, like, we don't travel all that much. Like, I'm trying to think of, like...
Or, like, if you moved houses or something.
When there's that situation. But I remember, like, in our first apartment, I was on this side, she was on this side. Now it's flipped, and now we're on different sides. However, in both apartments, she is on, like, the side with the door. Right? Mm-hmm. And I'm kind of, like, against the wall. Or, like, which supposedly, like, you want the man to be closer to the door, like, in case there's, like, an intruder or something. Or, like, men tend to, like, be on that side just because, like, they want to protect. But for some reason, and I don't, like, I love my wife, I want to protect her, but for some reason, I'm always on the side opposite to the door.
I've never heard that before. I've heard, like, while you're walking down the street, the guy is supposed to be closest to the street, like, to the car, to protect the wife. I've never heard about the bed, though.
Yeah, that's an etiquette thing, right? And,
my wife cares a lot about which side of the bed she's on.
Walking down the street.
Yeah.
Right, it's like, it's supposedly gentlemanly, right?
Right.
You walk closest to the street while she's, and I think that was supposedly, like, in old times, like, if a carriage rode by and, like, would splash mud or something.
Right.
Then she wouldn't get hit or something. I don't know.
My wife really cares about which side of the bed she's on, and I don't, so I just let her choose, and then I sleep on whatever the other side is.
All right. Yeah. And I don't know, so which side does she like?
So I'm next to the door in our house that we've been in for a long time now.
Okay. So you care about protecting your wife?
No, because I let her choose, but whatever.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like having, like, being sort of against the wall, like, when I go to a restaurant, I like to sit with my back to the wall, generally.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like stuff going on behind me.
Right. You know? I feel the same way, and my wife does too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. So there you go. That's today's show.
Well, thanks, everybody. It's good to see you, Mr.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's interesting. Men and women, and the sides of the bed they sleep on. So when you sleep with your wife, do you guys touch?
No.
No?
No. I mean, we might for a brief little bit, and then it's like, okay, I'm going to sleep now. Especially, I don't know about you, but you get really warm if you're like... Yeah. I don't think I could sleep that way. My wife will say, like, oh, man, I wish I could just sleep like this all night. And I'm like, that would be not comfortable for me. I would not be able to do it.
Yeah, well, like, there was this one lady that I worked with, and she said that, like, oh, I can't go to sleep unless I'm, like, have my head on my husband's chest or something like that.
How did your husband sleep?
Yeah, I was like,
that would not be comfortable.
And you always see like in TV and movies and stuff, like, you know, people in bed like all like cuddly or whatever, and like they wake up in the morning, you know, like that. And I'm like, I could never do that. Like, I just can't. I mean, for one thing, you grow up as a kid sleeping in your own bed.
Right.
I mean, not necessarily. Maybe you know, some siblings like share beds, or whatever. But I had my own bed growing up, so like, you don't just automatic. Now it's like, oh, now I'm married, so I'm gonna like change everything I've done my whole life. You know what I mean?
You know, the older I get, the more I think it would be better to have my own bed to sleep in.
Oh yeah, like away from your wife.
Yeah, because snoring, she has a hard time sleeping at night. She likes having her tablet on, watching shows, and so then I'm like constantly trying to like block the light from my eyes. And I'm just like, we could both spread out, have the whole bed to ourselves.
Yeah,
we haven't done it. I think she would be offended that I'm like, okay, I can't handle this. I'm going to go sleep in my own bed.
Right.
But I don't know. You hear about married couples that do that, and then it makes it sound like they have a terrible relationship. Like that's the sign of like that they don't get along with each other anymore.
Yeah.
But the more I think about it, the more I think I would just get more quality sleep.
Yeah, maybe. So.
And I snore too. I have a CPAP machine. So, you know, it's not like I'm just totally quiet. Like I got my own thing going on that's probably keeping her awake too. So,
yeah, I guess it depends. Like, my wife snores, but like noise and stuff doesn't really bother me at night. Like, I just, you know, I sleep through most stuff.
Yeah, that's nice.
But I mean, occasionally when she gets up or something, it'll wake me up or whatever. But it's not too big a deal. But the mattress, we bought this mattress from like this guy we know.
Oh yeah.
And he said, and it's a memory foam mattress, I guess. Mm-hmm. So it's like a big slab of like foam, and
you just kind of sink into it.
Yeah, kind of. But he said he got that because I guess, well, he said, because I'm a volcano and my wife doesn't want to be bothered by me or something. I don't know what he meant by that. whether he meant like that he
has a lot of gas,
really hot at night, or something.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Or if he's just like moving around a lot and whatever. Because on the memory foam, it's like, to some extent, like you're not like moving. Like if you move around, the other person isn't like all jostled or whatever.
Right.
So that's what we sleep on currently. But I know there are beds where it's like you can adjust each side, mm-hmm. right? Like, I like
firmness or the level of
like the Sleep Number bed or whatever.
Yeah.
By the way, we're not endorsing any beds, but that is the Sleep Number bed. If you want to sponsor this video, please feel free. Sleep Number bed. But
I sleep on a puffy bed and I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it wasn't very expensive.
A puffy bed.
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
It's like comes in a box, and then it like.
It's called puffy?
I think so.
It's not the purple bed?
No.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I like a firmer bed. I think we went on vacation once and there was like it was like a really firm mattress, and I was like, oh, this is pretty nice. I like this. Like, it's better than what we've been sleeping on, but I don't know. But yeah, we've had the memory foam bed for a while. And yeah, I mean, you don't have to necessarily sleep in the same bed to like that's not necessary. It doesn't mean you have a bad relationship, right?
Right.
And I mean, it doesn't mean you're not having sex. Like, you don't have to
Right.
Like if you're not sleeping in the same bed, you're not having like.
Right. Exactly.
You can have sex on the kitchen floor or whatever.
Or go to the other person's bed every now and then.
Yeah, whatever.
Last time my wife and I went on vacation, we had a room with 2 king-size beds, and we were like, "Oh man, I'm gonna go sleep in this bed." And plus, she has a service dog, and so she had her dog sleeping in the bed with her. But man,
yeah,
that was nice having our own beds.
Yeah.
And I mean, we were still sleeping in the same room, of course.
Right.
So it still had the same problems in terms of like having the light on. Like, I like to get up in the morning and read my book. Well, I don't want to wake her up. So, you know, if I have my own room, what I do is at my house is I just have to leave my bedroom and go in the other room to turn the lights on and shut the door so that I can read my book, you know.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah, Stephanie will get up in the night and look at her phone sometimes. Like same thing, like you know, there's the screen's on, and I'll just like turn over and, you know,
yeah,
ignore it. But it's kind of funny too, because like she's kind of anti cell phones, or she has been for a long time. But she's the one that like checks her phone at night in the middle of the night.
I would definitely not want to do that, because I feel like that would just make me more awake.
Yeah, well, supposedly like glare from screens, it's like blue light or whatever.
Yeah.
It makes your body feel awake.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I try not to I don't like to check my phone at night.
Me neither. I try to put it, like, I charge it and then I just leave it alone the whole time I'm like getting ready for bed and like reading my book before I go to sleep. So a lot of times I'll wake up and realize that people were texting me like between 9:30 and 10:30 and I just didn't see it because, you know.
Yeah. Sometimes my phone will go off at night, you know, like someone will text me or something and I'm just like, I'm not even like, I'll look at that in the morning. I don't even care. I'm sleeping right now, you know.
Right. Remember we were talking about like having a giant chain with all the people in your family in a text group?
Mm-hmm.
So my brother, one of my brothers will get up really early. He'll get up at like 5 a.m, like every day. It doesn't matter if he's going to work that day or not. He just gets up early. And so he'll respond. There'll be some people in the family who will be texting late at night, and then he'll wake up at 5 a.m. and then respond to the text. And then people are like, dude, you're texting at 5 a.m. And so then people have to decide, like, okay, so am I going to like you can't get a hold of me in case of an emergency because you know, my wife wants people to be able to get a hold of her in case of an emergency. So then her phone's dinging in the middle of the night. And Maya's just like, no, you broke the rule. I don't want to be woken up at 5 a.m. So
yeah.
I have it set so that if you call me, but not texts. I assume a text is not an emergency.
Yeah. I haven't messed with my phone all that much as far as like settings, but I think it has some kind of a setting where
it do not disturb.
Well, where it doesn't, because like if I haven't picked it up, like it won't like do stuff.
Oh.
Because like as soon as I pick it up, like in the morning, all of a sudden it'll be like ding, ding, ding. I'll get like 3 things. Like, oh, that's weird.
Interesting.
But sometimes it does beep at night. But I don't know. But yeah, the family group texts, yeah.
I was telling somebody about how you had like, well, I don't know if you want to talk about this, how you had like 2 different family group texts.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And then one person was like, oh, now I'm switching over from one family group to the other family group.
That was Stephanie's family group texts. Yeah.
I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah. But going back to the bed thing.
Yes.
So, I don't know if you're aware, but like back in the, I don't know, the 50s or whatever, you were not, like the there was like a motion picture code, and you couldn't show people like in the same bed.
I know. Yeah, isn't that weird?
Yeah. So like,
I can't remember what the show it was. There was a show where it was like the first time where you actually saw people in the same bed together.
Yeah. So there was. Yeah. So people like married couple, and I think it was even on TV.
Yeah,
like
the I Love Lucy.
Yeah,
they were in separate
you'd
beds.
have married couples, and they'd have like these separate beds in their room, which was really weird, right?
Yeah.
But there was a movie where it was I don't know if the first time you're talking about, but like there was this movie where it had a shot of like the bed, and then like the two people's shadows like kissing or something, and they were like the shadows were on the bed, you know, and that was like really like
risque,
provocative, like they were flouting the rules or whatever, you know.
Oh,
like protesting.
Since they were silhouettes, then it didn't break the rule or whatever,
or something like that. Yeah, it was kind of funny. I forget what movie that was, but
interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, so I guess that's it. I don't know. Any parting thoughts on beds, Paul?
No.
Okay. Well, then we can end it right there.
Okay.
That was a great show. I don't know about that was a great show. I don't know, maybe not.
It wasn't really what we were planning on talking about. Actually, I don't know what we were planning on talking about.
I don't know either.
So there you go.
But let us know in the comments what you think about bedroom behavior.
I guess my final comment is I'd rather not offend my wife and sleep in the same bed with her, even if that means I don't get the best sleep.
Yeah.
Than sleep in a bed by myself and have an unhappy wife.
Yeah.
How about that for a final thought?
Got to maintain the peace.
Happy wife, happy life.
Absolutely. All right. Sounds good. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. Thanks for watching. Please share the video with your friends, family, and loved ones if you enjoyed it. And if you didn't, that's okay too. We'll see you in the next video.
Take care, everybody.